And perhaps the player of the year for a Cincinnati team that can still win the conference if it wins out. With a date against Houston set to end the season, UCF will tie Cincinnati for second with a win today. The Knights, currently one of Joe Lunardi's last 4 byes, very much living life on the bubble. It's an enormous game in Fifth Third Arena. And UCF, as it has done every single time this year, wins the tip behind 7'6" Taco Fall.
Johnny Dawkins wants to start every game force-feeding the ball to his big man. It's the foundation of their offense.
B.J. Taylor and Aubrey Dawkins, the dynamic guards. Terrell Allen will run the point. Colin Smith and the 7'6" Fall. No touches for Taco on this possession as Smith is stripped. A loose ball, and it's headed the way of Cincinnati. Our officials today with a call: Michael Stevens, Don Daly, and Jeffrey Anderson.
Kevin, this is a really good matchup here, especially if you love physical, tough, confrontational battles. I promise a low-scoring game.
A Cincinnati team led by Cumberland, Justin Jennifer, Keith Williams, the other guards, Trey Scott and Nasir Brooks, the big men who will have to deal with Fall and his mammoth size. UCF winners of 3 in a row overall, but Cincinnati has won 14 in a row in this building since an opening night loss to Ohio State. Cumberland stripped, and it's Smith who just turned it over on the floor for the takeaway for the Knights.
Yeah, this is a hybrid defense matchup zone by Mick Cronin. It's kind of like a chameleon. It's always changing its looks.
Allen with his 3. Here's the rebound to Cumberland. Cincinnati trying to get out and push. Cumberland nearly turned it over again. It's Jennifer, and the Americans' leading three-point shooter has our first basket from deep.
Little token 3/4 court pressure. And I am certain this is a trip that they're going to want to get the ball to their 7'6" post guy.
Hasn't touched it yet. Fall with Brooks all over him. Taco Fall kicks it. And B.J. Taylor hits a 3. It's just the 12th assist for Taco Fall all year. Made a good decision and got it to their leading scorer, Taylor. Williams along 2. No good, and Smith has the rebound for the UCF Knights. Without a quadrant 1 win on their resume, they are 0-2 in such games. Tonight kicks off a stretch of either 4 or 5 in their final 6 regular season games, and it's off to a good start with an Aubrey Dawkins 3.
Yeah, A+ start for the Knights in this one. And even though they prefer a slow half-court game, against Cincinnati, any easy hoops you can get are a big advantage.
B.J. Taylor, 21 or more in 3 of his last 5. Contender for the first team all-conference as well, the redshirt senior point guard. Here's Fall with 5 to shoot, and Fall is called for a travel. Johnny Dawkins in his 3rd season at the helm of UCF. This is a team that was picked to win the conference preseason. Right now, standing in 3rd place with that 9-3 record. UCF in search of its first ever at-large bid. They made the tournament 4 times as winners of the A-Sun. Have not been to the Big Dance in 14 years. This could be the year to finally end that streak. Cumberland strip, turns it over again. Good hands by Allen. And it's Dawkins who is denied. Ball will stay with UCF. Mick Cronin, meanwhile, the head coach for Cincinnati. Not many have had this kind of success. 8 NCAA tournaments in a row, 8 straight years of 22 or more wins. Cincinnati can make it 9 such seasons with a win tonight. Allen with the lob to Fall. Kept the pivot foot, missed it. And then we have a violation against UCF.
There's absolutely no doubt that defensively, Mick Cronin is one of the best in the business. As a matter of fact, over the last 5 years, Cincinnati and Virginia, undeniably the best in college basketball. And he said with Taco Fall, you don't double or triple team him. You swarm him every time he gets it.
That last play, by the way, basket interference on Cincinnati, so that will actually go as a made field goal for Fall. So 8 in a row for the Knights as Taco gets a block on Keith Williams. And Williams is down for Cincinnati behind the play. Taylor with a 5-on-4 advantage, cans a three. Third triple of the early going for UCF. And all eyes are on Keith Williams right now.
This is my time to take over. And remember, the Knights have not gone to the NCAA since 2005.
Right now, they don't have a real quality win on the resume. They're 6-2 in quadrant 2 games. They're only 2 quadrant 1 games right now, were losses to Houston and at Memphis, and they have that 1 quadrant 3 loss against Florida Atlantic. But you saw the remaining schedule a moment ago. 2 games with Cincinnati, a trip to Houston. They'll also travel to Temple, and there are a lot of opportunities left to bolster that resume. Here's Brooks inside on Fall, and Nasir Brooks gets the hometown bounce. Ends an 11-0 UCF run. By the way, Keith Williams was able to walk off under his own power during that last break. He's out of the game right now. Trevor Moore and Kane Broom off the bench for Cincinnati. Colin Smith into the teeth of Moore, and Trevor has the rebound off the bench for Cincinnati.
Offensively, Cincinnati is called the Jaron Cumberland Show, one of the elite scorers in all of college basketball.
Off his miss, Broom with a second chance bucket. Kane Broom, the jitterbug point guard. The Sacred Heart transfer in his second Cincinnati year. He has played much better offensively of late.
Don't be surprised by UCF's poise. 10 upperclassmen in the rotation, including 5 seniors.
Allen up top to Smith. Got it on the catch out to Taylor, who missed a 3. Taco Fall a little slow to get up behind the play. And then Cincinnati's Moore throws it away to Aubrey Dawkins, another Bearcats turnover. Taylor on the drop off, and that is off of Dawkins, a UCF turnover.
I'm always impressed when a coach calls timeout and gets into the offense a little bit more, gets a couple of buckets, wide open shots, and this mid-range is going to be really important. Why? UCF smothers the three-point line. That's a trend in the NBA called running the man off of the three-point line. Also, Taco Fall is the rim protector, so that mid-range is going to be open.
Is that why they run so hard at the three-point line? Because he can erase mistakes?
Exactly. That's the total philosophy of the defense.
Chad Brown off the bench for UCF. The 2 bigs, Brown and Fall, play together. Here's Broom lobbing an over Fall. That looked like a pass, but hit the underside of the backboard. I think it was a pass.
That's kind.
Either way, it's a turnover. It's officially a turnover, not a shot. It's UCF ball. Here's Brown. Threw it away off the fingertips of Allen for a backcourt violation. Each team with 4 turnovers in what's become a bit of a sloppy stretch.
The Bearcat D, this matchup zone, is switching every pick and roll 1 through 5. Makes it really hard for UCF to target Taco in the paint.
How about on this end? What are you seeing from Cincinnati trying to attack this UCF defense?
Well, they can't get Cumberland a good shot. That's a tough one over the top of a shot blocker.
But he got his own miss. Cincinnati, a great offensive rebounding team, and another second chance conversion from Kane Broom.
Yeah, let's take a look. There's contact. Nice delivery to the weak side, and there's nobody within 15 feet on the catch. Beautiful delivery and shot outside by Kane Broom.
Only a 23% three-point shooter on the year, Broom, but better of late. 7 in a row for Cincinnati after UCF scored 11 straight. Taylor and Moore on the deck, and another turnover forced by Cincinnati. Trevor Moore getting down and dirty with some big hustle minutes off the bench.
You know, Kevin, these are the dog days of college basketball. 25 days until Selection Sunday. Guys are tired. They're beat up. And when you see effort like that, that's a sign of engagement and that teams are really passionate.
Mick Cronin singled out a couple of players on his team, Trayvon Scott, Kane Broom, for their effort in the win over Wichita State Sunday. They were getting on the ground. Got a lot of 50-50 balls. They didn't play against a 7'6" center, though, and Fall has the second block. Brown with a jumper, missed. Taco in there, and it's last touch by Nasir Brooks. Taco Fall, a one-man eraser for UCF.
Well, he gets low in this position. Actually, when he gets low, he's still 6'8", but he stays down. He keeps moving his feet. And I have to tell you, I worked with him when he was in high school, and the development of his footwork and balance is phenomenal. This guy has worked really hard on his craft.
Have you ever felt smaller as a 7-footer than when working with Taco Fall?
No, and being 7 foot, he's 6 inches taller than me. And it's just his ability to catch the ball is a great improvement as well, but the passing part still needs some work.
He'll not be taking over for Mackenzie Milton next year. This was a shoot-around today. I mean, this is, you just don't see this in college basketball. Palms the ball with 2 fingers, dunks without moving, and then again, Tim is 7 feet, folks. This is not Photoshop. You look like me standing next to you.
I've been dunked on before, but never by someone that didn't even jump.
Right. The flat-footed finish for Fall, who has 58 dunks on the year. He's shooting at 76%. Kane Broom stonewalled by Taco, and Broom called for a travel. Taco Fall and the UCF Knights with a 1-point lead. A great American battle here in Cincinnati. To Jimenez, it's a statement from Coach Boeheim. We're certainly thinking about the Jimenez family and the whole Syracuse community on what was really a very, very sad night. Back out of the timeout, the lead 1 for UCF. The Knights have gone with Cesar De Jesus, who played just a minute in the win over Memphis Sunday, along with Dayon Griffin off the bench. Taco Fall gets his first breather. De Jesus fumbles it right to Chad Brown. Both teams have been sloppy offensively. De Jesus has to put up a long 2 with the shot clock running down, and Brown grabs the rebound. Keith Williams back in the game. De Jesus trying to get a timeout. And instead, Cincinnati will take it over.
Yeah, let's talk a little defensive philosophy here. Active hands, active bodies, forcing to the baseline. There's no help along the baseline. And offensively right now, an opportunity for the Bearcats. Why? Taco Fall is on the bench. Now is your time to get to the rim.
And they've created 5 straight turnovers, held UCF scoreless for 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 turnovers for Cincinnati. Jaron Cumberland 0 for 2 from the field.
Cumberland a 3. That gets the Americans' leading scorer on the board. Jaron Cumberland, 19.3 per game on the year.
It's hard to rattle B.J. Taylor. 4-year starting point guard. Will leave Orlando as the best point guard in UCF history.
And he's matched up with the big man in Brooks right now, and he gets rid of it. Brooks at the top of the matchup zone, and De Jesus had absolutely no idea the shot clock was about to expire. UCF is in its own head offensively.
Yeah. So here you see Cincinnati runs a little Ray Allen action, single-double on the baseline to get Cumberland an open shot. I asked him, I said, who do you pattern your game after? And he said, I love Paul George from OKC. He's so poised, he looks, he thinks, and then he makes plays.
Cumberland, Cincinnati's leader in points per game and assists, steals, free throws. Another Cincinnati turnover, meanwhile. That's 6.
It's almost like Trayvon Scott was looking for Taco Fall. He's on the bench. Go ahead and shoot that one.
He still spooks you. 14 turnovers in the game right now, 9 made field goals. This is starting to feel like the game in Orlando last year that Cincinnati slugged out 49-38. Here's Williams all over Allen, and that's a foul against Keith Williams.
Yep.
The first foul of the game, actually.
Isn't it incredible?
Which surprised me as I'm saying
the
it.
Bearcats play this junkyard dog attack style defense, but they don't foul.
No fouls in 10-plus minutes, 14 turnovers. UCF hasn't scored in 6.5. Strange start. Thursday night American hoops. Taylor misses the 2. Here's Broom trying to push tempo. Off to Scott. That is an offensive foul. Trayvon Scott called for the charge.
Defensively, UCF is playing their best ball of the year right now. As an example, last game against Memphis, the Tigers are averaging 81 points per game and only scored 57. Feet set, chest-to-chest action, good charge.
You like that call?
I did.
Colin Smith drew it. Smith is their leader in charges drawn, and he's 6'11".
With Taco Fall leaving next year, Colin Smith will get featured.
Redshirt sophomore George Washington transferred his first year. Here's Fall back in the game. This is not where UCF wants him to handle, to say the least. Allen stripped by Rashawn Fredericks. Frank Burtz keeps it alive. Off the hands of Dawkins. Backcourt violation. Another UCF turnover. My goodness.
Check out this defense. And remember, these are 2 of the top defenses in the American. A lot at stake. Remember, the first 4 seeds get that first round bye in conference play, which starts in 22 days.
UCF not playing like a top 4 seed on offense. Jennifer misses a 3. UCF will try to get a shot this possession. They haven't put up a field goal, but one of their last 8 trips, nearly 8 minutes without a bucket. Here's Fall, and it's another Cincinnati takeaway with Brooks. Now can the Bearcats turn him into points? Williams, yes, a 3. "13 straight for the Cincinnati Bearcats." And Fall stumbled into Brooks. Offensive foul, Taco Fall. This is an absolute nightmare for Johnny Dawkins.
Yeah. Notice the defensive help coming. They're swarming every time not, and 3 turnovers.
Last time UCF played at Cincinnati last year, when the Bearcats were playing their home games in Northern Kentucky, the Knights at one point went 12 minutes and 36 seconds without scoring. Right now they are at nearly 8.5 minutes. Cumberland, Fall got that one very close to the way down. It's not ruled a goaltend, and it will go as Taco Fall's 3rd blocked shot. The American leader in blocks, obviously, 2.6 per game. Aubrey Dawkins returns for UCF. And Dawkins travels. 12 UCF turnovers.
Yeah, at first look, this feels like a goaltend to me. But he got it at the top of the square. Remember, he's 7'6", but his wingspan is 8 foot 4 inches. 10.5-inch hands.
Fredericks. Fall did a nice job to not pick up a 2nd foul on that play. Not a block, but it's certainly an alter. Here's UCF with 10 turnovers and 11 possessions. Here's a shot and a score. Terrell Allen, after 9+ minutes, gets the Knights back on the board. And despite just a horrific 9-minute stretch, UCF's only down 3. Williams tries to answer. Fredericks and Cumberland on the offensive boards, and they draw a foul. It's against Terrell Allen, his first.
You know, you referenced last year when they played in January, it was a low-scoring affair. The halftime score of that game, 19-15. So don't be surprised by the slow offense.
Yeah. Are you feeling some deja vu here?
Yes,
perhaps?
I am.
Brooks, before he got the shot off, Nasir Brooks traveled. Cincinnati with a scant 8 turnovers. Hey, tomorrow night we got a great NBA Friday doubleheader. DeMar DeRozan returns to Toronto. The Spurs against Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors at 7 Eastern. Following that, a potential first-round playoff preview. Jazz and the Thunder at 9:30. What a fun series that would be. Both games on ESPN, streaming live on the ESPN app.
Should be fun. About 25 games left in the NBA season. Right now, Utah, San Antonio tied in the West.
And in the East, that Toronto team just a game back of the Bucks for first coming into tonight. Dawkins got it on the rim, and Fall tips it in. Taco Fall with his second field goal attempt, showing you why he is a 75.9% shooter.
And Nasir Brooks did a great job on the blockout, but what are you supposed to do?
Right. Williams, maybe platform shoes, I don't know. Allen, and there's a whistle in the backcourt.
Yeah, talking to Johnny Dawkins earlier.
And Johnny Dawkins was just called for a technical.
In real time, I didn't see it, and I'm not sure why he received the tee or why he would do it. Must have been someone on his staff, because there's no way Johnny Dawkins would have allowed a fast break to be stopped.
Yeah, technical on the UCF bench. Assistant coaches there are Kevin Norris and Robbie Lang and Vince Taylor. And we're not sure which one of those it was on, but Cumberland makes the bench pay with 2 free throws.
So talking earlier today to Johnny Dawkins, he made the point that if Taco Fall was in the NBA draft 20 years ago, he'd be a top 5 pick. Dawkins played with Sean Bradley and Manute Bull, both around that 7'6" size, and he said that Taco Fall has much better strength and a better NBA body.
Smith, travel. Taco Fall's got a great NBA body. UCF can't get on the ball. Why does he only have 2 shots in 12 minutes?
Well, I think that defensively, that quickness is taking advantage over pure size. Remember, this Cincinnati defense switches everything, and it's hard to run your offense.
Cumberland, tough shot. Rebound off the hands of a bunch of different players. Fall tips it again. Look at Taylor hustle for the ball. Taylor with a head full of steam. And we got a blocking foul. Justin Jennifer hit the deck. Foul before the shot is against Cincinnati's Jennifer.
You know, I think that so far in this game, the Knights are competing well on the glass. And who comes out with the rebound? The smallest guy in the building.
Here's Taco with the touch off the inbound. Fall guarded by Trayvon Scott. Struck by Cumberland and fouled. Taco Fall will take the first personal free throws of the game. Cumberland has taken 2 technical shots, and right now these 2 teams might need to be separated. Taco Fall looks a little dinged up.
Yeah, that's not good because he struggles on his free throws as is. Jaron Cumberland seems a little bit grumpy after the foul.
Grumpy cat, perhaps?
Looks like a good call. Yeah, I can't really see what he's complaining about.
Got him on the wrist.
Kev, what did you think about Johnny Dawkins telling us about when he took the job that his 7'6" center was riding a motorized skateboard on campus. Can you share that?
I thought Johnny Dawkins might have told us he decided to turn down the job that same day. He said he got to campus. Remember those hoverboards were a huge fad a couple of years ago? And he said everyone he talked to said, hey, your 7'6" center's riding a hoverboard around campus. So Johnny goes to the first team meeting, and he asked the players, okay, who here wants to be a good player? He said everyone raised their hand. And he said, okay, great. The first thing you have to do is get rid of your hoverboards. And Taco said very meekly raises his giant 7'6" hand and says, Coach, what about the return on my investment? I already purchased. And he starts giving him all these different financial terms. And Johnny says, look, you're done with the hoverboard or I'm going to your room and taking it from you. He has never seen Taco fall on a hoverboard again.
That seems like a bad investment for Taco.
Yes. Return on investment might be a skull injury when you're going under a doorway or trying to, and you're 7'6" without the hoverboard.
You know, one of the problems offensively for Cincinnati this year is they do go through scoring droughts, and the reason is they're so dependent on Jaron Cumberland. If he's not scoring or getting assists, they struggle offensively. So far, the favorite for player of the year, 1 for 5 from the field.
Cumberland only just 5 points. That's tied for the Cincinnati lead. Taylor has 6. Fall with 5 for UCF. Smith just threw it away. This is an easy basket for Cumberland. Taylor double team. Moore and Broom with the Cincinnati pressure. Allen's got to get it across midcourt, and he does in a second. With 1 second to spare, avoided another turnover as Scott kicks it out of bounds. It feels like there are 8 Cincinnati defenders on the court.
And what a horrible idea to let Jaron Cumberland get confidence.
Start your free trial today. Download the ESPN app or visit ESPNplus.com.
Did you say tonight is fight night? Because I saw the referees pulling the players away, saying, I want no talking from this point on.
I didn't, but I should have. It has been a nasty game. Nasty in terms of offensive execution. 22 turnovers combined. Dawkins misses a 3, and Soseme went over the back. Eliel Soseme called for a Cincinnati foul.
Welcome to the Cincinnati UCF turnover festival. But ball pressure is the primary cause. I don't see guys making careless mistakes. Here's the deal. When somebody's in your face, they're bumping you, your energy's going, you just, your brain moves a little bit slower than your body does.
What will be a good set for UCF here off the inbound?
I like them running their horns action where they have their 2 big guys up top setting pick and rolls.
Brown set the screen. Taylor missed the runner. Dawkins fighting for an offensive rebound, and Cumberland pushes it to Trevor Moore. UCF season low for points and a half, 23. Stuck on 16 and down 6 as Cumberland hit the floater. You said before it went to break you wanted to see if he'd get going after that dunk.
So what you're saying, good call, Tim. Is that
well, so far so good.
How do I interpret that?
Don't pat yourself on the back too much. You're off to something good. It's a strong start. UCF hasn't really gotten into anything. 5 to shoot already. Taylor had to force it from 3. Boy, oh boy. This is a UCF team that's much better offensively this year, too, and Cincinnati is turning them to mincemeat.
Both ways, though, and I look at this Cincinnati team, and remember, they lost Jacob Evans and Kyle Washington and Gary Clark from last year's team. 31-5, up 22 in the NCAA against Nevada. Like, this team, if they finish strong, can actually have a better year than last year, which is hard to imagine.
Broom. No. Brooks the offensive rebound. He was the last to touch it. Mick Cronin's furious and wants to keep Williams back into the game. He will replace Trevor Moore.
Yeah, when I look at Mick Cronin's team today at shoot around, I really think what he's doing, his style of play, is sustainable. He just goes out and recruits these really tough, physical, hard-playing guys. He has not had a McDonald's All-American since Lance Stevenson in 2010.
Cumberland, the only top 100 kid on the roster. Who cares? That's another turnover. 15 on a tough catch for Fall. UCF is just about at its season high for turnovers right now. The Knights, according to Joe Lenardi, among the last 4 byes, 7th to last team in. They're going to be living life near the cut line with a very difficult schedule down the stretch. 4, potentially 5 quadrant 1 games left out of 6 in the regular season. Williams got it to Scott. Chad Brown all over him. Tough shot for Scott. But a slow offensive stretch for Trayvon Scott. Just 3 points each of the last 2 games. Has his first basket today. This is Cincinnati's largest lead. Griffin! Scott comes flying in for the denial.
Yeah, this is a defensive clinic. Well, I guess the defensive clinic would have been if you put it in play. And Johnny Dawkins.
Seconds of game time. Chris Beard will join Chris Cotter, Dallin Cuff, Sean Farnham. The latest on Zion Williamson and his day-to-day knee sprain. It was revealed today that it was a grade 1 right knee sprain for Duke. 5 to shoot for UCF out of the inbound. Allen, another tough shot, barely drew the iron. On Sunday, Wichita State shot 26.8% against Cincinnati. The Bearcats might be playing better. There's a foul before that shot from Broom, and it's actually an offensive foul called against Nasir Brooks.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, let's see if we can see the foul here. Trying to close out. He's moving. 16 points in the first half versus the offense shooting #1 in field goal percentage. You know who'd like this game? Is Kenyon Martin.
Taylor ends another UCF scoring drought. Kenyon Martin feel right at home in this thing, wouldn't he?
Physical, confrontational, a little bit nasty.
Yeah, probably most Cincinnati players in the last 2 decades would feel at home. This is a knockdown, drag-out, ugly kind of game that Cincinnati's teams between Bob Huggins and Mick Cronin have thrived in for years. Scott taking it to fall. The shot fake finishes off the glass. What a close to the half for Trayvon Scott, who had an enormous block shot on one end and a bank shot at the other to propel Cincinnati to the locker room.
This has to be one of the highest degree of difficulties of any shot that Scott has made during his Bearcat career.
Fewest points allowed in a half by Cincinnati this season. Fewest points scored in a half for UCF. The advantage 8 for the Bearcats. Cotter, Cuff.
Nice corner day by Keith Williams. And once again, being able to play in transition was the biggest key. Hitting in scramble situations. Cumberland with the mid-range off balance.
UCF averages just under 12 turnovers a game this season, 15 in the first half. Cincinnati wasn't great either. The Bearcats are averaging 9.9 turnovers a game in league play, and they're nearly at their average. So a good defensive half for each team. Cumberland 2 misses. Scott keeps it alive. Cincinnati was out-rebounded by 7 in that first half, but the Bearcats already with 2 offensive boards. Bearcats looking for their 9th consecutive season of 22 wins. UCF in search of that elusive first quadrant 1 win of the year as Scott's pass went off the rim. Here's Taylor. Off to Colin Smith, and maybe the easiest basket for UCF all game.
And what's the adjustment now for Cincinnati? Remember, UCF started the game really well and then faded. I think that you're going to see a long possession. Mick Cronin told us today he wants a lot of possession with 3 ball reversals and at least 5 passes.
Make those bodies move, he told us, in the UCF defense. He said if Taco Fall and those guys just stand there, they'll block shots and kill you. 3 to shoot. Williams, Jennifer, shot clock violation.
So how do you score against this Cincinnati defense? Well, a good idea is hit in transition before they even get a chance to set up. And here's that full court pressure.
Trevor Moore in the game for Trayvon Scott for Cincinnati. A quick substitution. 77 seconds into the half by Mick Cronin. Inside to Taco Fall, the first half with 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting. Aubrey Dawkins, quiet first half for him with just 3, and he matches his first half total to bring the Knights within 3.
Isn't this the game where you should really celebrate if you get an open shot?
Yeah, forget about it going in, just the look itself. Moore had an open shot, missed it. Offensive rebound to Cumberland. Smith trying to smack the ball out. That's a foul. And the officials will make sure nothing untoward happens here. First against Colin Smith.
Taco Fall's reputation is he won't pass. Only 11 assists before this game, but he served as the facilitator. That is the recipe for success for the Knights. Use Taco Fall not as a scorer, but make the double team come, and then you're playing 4-on-3 on the weak side.
Kane Broom. Rebound kept alive by Nasir Brooks. Whole lot of offensive rebounds to start the half for Cincinnati. Not here as Dawkins grabs the miss from Williams. Fall was calling for the ball as he had a half step on Brooks early in the possession.
Really hard to imagine first half so physical. 2 free throw attempts each.
Here's Taco. Trevor Moore got a hand. Fall on the deck. Through the legs of Brooks. Maybe a tie up here. Smith with Cumberland again. Possession arrow stays with UCF. 5 to shoot.
25 days until Selection Sunday. Joe Lunardi has both of these teams in the tournament right now. Do you think that they're serious about their business right now?
And UCF in the last 4 buys. Hanging on the bubble. 0-2 against Quadrant 1 teams, 6-2 in Quadrant 2. This far and away would be UCF's best win of the year if they could get it. 2 games against Cincinnati, trips to Houston and Temple down the stretch. Dawkins, end of the shot clock. He buries it from the corner. That's a 2. 5 in a row for Aubrey Dawkins and 7 straight for UCF to start the half. Cumberland. Boy, just about everything he's taken has been a contested shot today. Cincinnati again keeps it alive. Cumberland with only 9 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Brooks with a long 2, grabbed by Dawkins, and Mick Cronin immediately goes for a fresh big man, and so Seme off the bench. Allen hits a 3, and UCF is back in the lead.
After 15 turnovers in the first half, flawless offense, ball movement except 3 years old, and the son of Coach Johnny Dawkins. When he was at Stanford, Johnny Dawkins took the job. That's when Aubrey Dawkins started playing against the Stanford college players when he was only in 8th grade. Part of the reason he's so mature and developed.
Wow, so Seme did not have to go after that ball. That was going to be out of bounds off Taco Fall. Just a careless mistake, and so Seme will check out of the game for Brooks on Cincinnati's 12th turnover.
Seemed like Mick Cronin gave him the cold shoulder when he went by. Not real happy about that one.
Sometimes you have to stand next to Mick for about 25 seconds as he coaches you on the sideline, and sometimes it's just get to the bench. Smith stripped by Scott. Fall has it. Taco Fall dribbling into Brooks, and Fall finishes.
Wow. Did not expect that. So is this Taco Fall or Julius Irving driving the middle with the finger roll? His teammates seem surprised, and only the third free throw attempt by the Knights in this contest.
All of them by Fall, and I'll answer, by the way, it's Taco, not Julius.
Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe I got a little carried
Jay didn't
away.
shoot it like that at the line. Here's Brooks with a slam. First Cincinnati bucket of the half. Snaps a 12-0 Knights run. Allen breaks the pressure. Why has UCF handled this pressure better in the second half?
Well, they're not getting into their offense now. This is when Mick Cronin made the adjustment in the first half when UCF got off to a good start. I want to see if they can get the ball inside against this intense pressure.
I'll try right now with Smith on Cumberland. This has been a fun matchup. Smith got the foul. He gets the bounce. Wings out for Colin Smith, who will go to the line to try to pick up 3. Second foul against Cumberland, and the Knights are rolling to start half number 2. In the Big 12, is Kansas going to win another Big 12 title? Tim McCormick, what say you?
I say they get a share.
Okay.
Is that waffling?
No.
I just feel
It's very tight at the top. I think that's a fair answer to give.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying watching big men play against each other. UCF goes 7'6", 6'11". Plenty of size, traditional bigs.
And UCF takes it away with Terrell Allen at just 6'3". Cincinnati's 13th turnover. 15-2 surge to the second half for UCF, which turned it over 15 times in the first half. Dawkins all alone. 4-3. 18-2.
7 for 8. Explosion here in the second half for Johnny Dawkins' crew.
And Cincinnati 1 for 8. Scott into Fall. You're not going to win that battle. Offensive rebound. Brooks, though, and he is fouled. That is Taco Fall's second.
Yeah, beautiful spacing. Aubrey Dawkins left wide open. Good to see him finishing his junior year so healthy. Remember, he sat out after transferring from Michigan. Then he tore his labrum. Next year, the featured star.
Well, UCF was expected to be an NCAA tournament contender last year. It didn't materialize at 19-13, and this was the big reason why. Dawkins missed the year. B.J. Taylor and Taco Fall each missed 16 games. They played just one game together. It was the home loss to Cincinnati by a score of 49-38. After that game, Fall was done for the year with shoulder surgery. This year, all 3 have played in each of the Knights' first 25 games.
And that's why they were the preseason favorite in the American.
Right now, third, a game behind Cincinnati. Fall has to get rid of it. Taylor with a dribble over Brooks at the end of the shot clock. And Smith just snatches it away from Cumberland. B.J. Taylor missed a 3. Broom. Nice screen by Brooks to set him free. Here's the quick pressure on Allen. Once again, Colin Smith helps as the press breaker.
Well, with this pressure, UCF cannot get into their offense.
Moore all over Allen. Found a cutting Dawkins. over Cumberland. That is a tough shot. And Aubrey Dawkins, after a very quiet first half, has heated up considerably. That's just 3 points in the first half. He's got 10 in the second. Cumberland. Normally Cumberland's going to shoot that right, but you had 7-6 Taco Fall in the middle. Messes with your lines of sight.
Yeah, the value of making a bucket, especially in the mid-range, is that it allows you to set up your pressure. What the defense for UCF does, it encourages mid-range jump shots. They swarm the three-point line, and Taco protects the rim.
Allen for Brown. Chad Brown with the hammer.
Wow, beautiful adjustment by Johnny Dawkins. Why Taco Fall goes to the bench. It allows them to bring a high pick and roll. Beautiful delivery. Wow.
With the fury of Mjolnir. Brown just a 55% free throw shooter, and UCF only 2 for 5 collectively at the line today.
That was a manly play in a game with a lot of men.
That's the kind of energy Chad Brown has brought in his 4 years at UCF. Another one of these seniors for a very experienced Knights team. Rashawn Fredericks got caught in the air and he got fouled.
Kevin, I do not believe that I have seen a more physically demanding game. No open shots, contesting very well. But the thing that makes it so interesting is the free throw attempts have been so low. You know, typically when guys are banging, you get a lot of free throws. Not the case.
5 attempts for UCF. They've hit 2. Cincinnati's 4 for 4. We're going to foul here against Cincinnati. Rashawn Fredericks. Now, Michael Stevens, Don Daly, and Jeffrey Henderson are officials, and I think it should be said they've handled this game well. They haven't overcalled it.
I agree completely. And remember, when you look at the standings, best defensive teams in this league to me are Cincinnati and Houston, but you've got to put UCF there too. Top 30 in the nation, playing their best defensive year right now.
Johnny Dawkins said it's the best thing we do, but we still have a lot of room for improvement. That's an offensive foul against Chad Brown, his second. Brown with the offensive foul. That's the bad. This the good from the senior out of Deltona.
And Chad Brown making athletic plays and switching the momentum. They just list his vertical jump as 44 plus.
That's pretty darn good. The robot, Aubrey Dawkins. It's UCF team, a game back of Cincinnati for second in the American. What a win this would be. Kane Broom rattles home a jumper out of the timeout. Broom has played well offensively of late. Double figures 4 of his last 6 and knocking on the door of that tonight.
Yeah, these are 2 different halves for UCF. Careless in the first, disciplined and sharp in the second.
There's Dawkins matched up with Brooks. Missed a 3, rebound to Cumberland, his 5th. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Cumberland. Williams on the lefty drive. 4 quick ones for Cincinnati. Bearcats have gone small with Fall out of the game. Jennifer, Broom, and Williams together. Is there a way to attack that for UCF?
They're handling the ball better, but at this case, Taco's coming in.
And he's ready to check in. Taylor with 5 to shoot. Over Cumberland, nothing.
When Jaron Cumberland does not score, Cincinnati goes into droughts.
Well, this is an anomaly in that case. It's 6 in a row between Williams and Broom. And it's a 2-point game. Timeout, UCF.
Seton Hall. And they spent the whole day talking about this matchup zone. He made it his own, and now, year in, year out, one of the best defenses in all of college basketball.
10th in the nation in scoring defense, top 25 field goal percentage D. That one went off of Broom last, and UCF will keep it with 12 to shoot.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get the ball to Taco Fall, but the ball pressure is too much.
Taylor, not even close. His 2-point guard set with Jennifer and Broom has worked wonders for Mick Cronin the last few possessions. Williams. 4 ball handlers and Brooks, who sets the screen. Broom steps back on Fall. Can't get it to tie. And Brooks on the ground got a hand in there and fouled Taylor.
Did you see that block out by B.J. Taylor? Man, that was physical. Okay, there's no way that Taylor, look at the block out there. He's got position on the inside. That's as good as it gets. 6 foot against 6'11".
This is the kind of game it is, and I love it. You're getting so passionate about blockouts.
I know.
That's tonight in a nutshell. Dawkins got it back off the wayward pass. Frank Burtz. Burtz on his first shot attempt of the game buries a 3.
In his first year of D1 basketball, Frank Burtz loves the big game environment. Brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm to the nice squad.
Out of East LA College. Was a 48% three-point shooter there, Burtz. A little bit worse this year, but a big shot to give UCF a 5-point lead. Answered with a 2 by Justin Jennifer. UCF with 4 of its final 6 on the road. All of them tough road environments. Fall picked up the dribble. Cumberland comes over to Swarman. What vision there. Burtz from Allen. Another 3. Frank Burtz corner to corner. And UCF's lead is 6. How did Allen see him? Cumberland. Jared Cumberland has not scored in the second half.
I would get Burtz a shot. He was open.
He was. Dawkins was as well. And took the 3, missed it. You were right on there, though. Burtz had room in front of the UCF bench.
These guys are gassed. The effort on the defensive end, phenomenal.
Cumberland flanked by Griffin. Fall, flat-footed with a block. Cumberland just chucks it up. And Fall lost the rebound to Brooks and immediately puts his hands over his head. 6:50 out of state this year. Lost a game to Wichita State at home last year. Last 3 seasons, that's it. Nobody in the country better at home. Cincinnati 47-2. Remember last year they renovated this arena. They played at Northern Kentucky. So in Fifth Third Arena, Cincinnati has won 23 consecutive conference games. That could end tonight.
And if they don't get the ball turned over by UCF, they're going to lose this game. Only one turnover in the second half total for UCF.
After 15 in that first. Jaron Cumberland still scoreless in the second half. The American Conference's leading scorer stuck on 9. Cincinnati has gone to Jennifer, Cumberland, Williams, Brooks, and Scott, the starting 5. Cumberland over Fall, still scoreless. Rebound tied up between Scott and Smith. That's a jump ball. Possession will stay with Cincinnati.
You know, so many times we focus on who's scoring, but one of the hidden stars in this game is Terrell Allen and his second half defense on Jaron Cumberland. Absolutely a clinic, and he's going to get a blow.
Now Cumberland just 3 of 13. That's what Johnny Dawkins told us. Allen will start with the assignment. No reason to switch him. Right now Dawkins gets the call on Cumberland. A little bit more length. Williams for 3. Got it. First Bearcat in double figures tonight.
With 6 minutes to go, this feels like a really big possession for UCF right now.
Brooks jumped in front of Smith. We got a foul. That's Nasir Brooks' 4th foul. 5:54 to go. 4 fouls. You leave him in or you take him out?
I take him out for a minute, let him cool down.
Mick Cronin is going to leave Brooks in. Dawkins 10 points in the second half. Got by Scott, and Cumberland annihilates him and then gets pushed from behind. Maybe that's what it takes to fire up Jaron Cumberland here in the second half.
A great help defense from the weak side. Jaron Cumberland getting it done at both ends. Could have been contact. To me, that's a jump ball. If Jaron Cumberland can get open and knock down a shot, this place will go nuts.
Right now it's Dayon Griffin on Cumberland. Maybe the night's best perimeter defender. Scott. That's not the shot Mick Cronin wants, but that is. Brooks can tie it at the line with a potential 3-point play in the making.
A 5 or 6 point play.
Wow, so that is about as poorly as it can go for UCF.
Johnny
Brooks.
Dawkins has his hands up in the air like, what are you doing to me?
By the way, an extraordinarily quick review, which we always do appreciate. Brooks with the first missed free throw.
So 2 free throws and the ball after the basket is good. So does this look like a flagrant foul?
There's a very clear grab by Taco at the end of that play. So again, the foul was Taco Fall's 3rd, upgraded to a flagrant, and then Taco tips it away. Allen with the save. Last touch by Fall. Man, these kids are playing hard.
You know, here's the challenge right now. We're in mid-February, home stretch. Scouting reports are so deep. Guys are tired, they're grinding. They know each other so well, it's hard to get an open shot.
Cincinnati certainly has not had many of those this half. Williams, 7 to shoot, 5 to play. Williams. Rebound, Taco Fall, his 4th of the game. UCF scoreless for the last 3 minutes plus.
UCF needs a long possession, 5 or 6 passes to make this defense move.
Dawkins, long 2. Rattles it home for a UCF lead. Aubrey Dawkins with 12 of his 15 here in the second half. Fifth-year junior, he'll be 24 years old in May. Maybe the kind of experience you need to win in a place like this. Allen called for a foul. That's the 7th on UCF, and that will bring Jaron Cumberland to the line for a 1-and-1.
So everybody that loves college basketball knows that Virginia and Michigan and Cincinnati are lockdown physical teams. You might not know UCF. Don't be surprised by their quality play. They have 10 upperclassmen, and they were the preseason favorite in the American.
There's Cumberland, meanwhile, with his first point in the second half.
And Kevin, after getting a couple of free throws, let's keep an eye on Cumberland and see if he gets going offensively. He's been very stagnant in the second half. Also, the defense of Terrell Allen has been stellar.
Back-to-back games of 27 points, just 11 tonight, but he's rebounded, he's passed well, he's defended, and this game is tied. Could be in for some finish here, folks, in Cincinnati.
And Aubrey Dawkins is the guy. They want to get him a shot.
Got a big size advantage on Jennifer. Instead, it's Smith. Fall has to get it up. He did not in time. It's a shot clock violation. 48-48. 3:42 to go in Fifth Third Arena. This is the American.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's new Made to Crave menu. Available at participating restaurants now.
4 buys. They do not have a quadrant 1 win. That would change with a victory tonight.
Early in the game, Kevin, I commented that this had a feel like a game in the mid-50s. They may not even get there. This is a game where a basket should be celebrated.
Cumberland, just 2 free throws in the second half. Has not hit from the field. B.J. Taylor has not scored in the second half for UCF. The 2 leading scorers in the game. Jennifer with 3 to shoot. Jennifer over Dawkins, and the outstretched arm of Ball. Celebrate that. A 10-2 run for the hometown Cincinnati Bearcats. They have the lead once more. Colin Smith, 3 to shoot. Smith bumped, no call. Rebound, Jennifer.
Now, this is a set where you'd like to get some screen action for Cumberland. Let him create. Let him get a shot.
Right now it's Taylor on Cumberland. Another long possession. Jennifer. Trayvon Scott for 3. Only his 7th three-pointer of the year. How's that for timing?
Inside the three-point line. So it's probably going to be a clear out for B.J. Taylor and maybe Aubrey Dawkins coming off a screen.
Taylor scoreless in the second half. Hard drive into Cumberland and then thrown off of Williams with 12 to shoot.
Kevin, by my count, It's been about 4.5 minutes since UCF got an open shot. Everything has been contested.
Well, in those 4.5 minutes, Cincinnati's outscored them 13-2. Allen can't find anywhere to get it inbounds, lobs it up to Taco. Taylor, another long possession, 5 to shoot. Taylor is fouled. B.J. Taylor will try to put his first second-half points on the board at the free throw line.
B.J. Taylor is an all-league star. And we asked Johnny Dawkins, as a former point guard himself, how has he mentored Taylor? He said, Coach K gave me encouragement and freedom at Duke. I've done the same thing with B.J. Taylor. What great results.
Taylor's first point of the half. The foul, by the way, was called on Soseme, and it didn't look like he touched Taylor until the ball was gone. Either way, it's a foul. Taylor gets both. 3-point game.
Both teams in the bonus. The arrow is going to UCF.
And Mick Cronin uses his third timeout for Cincinnati. Well, it's another big night.
Quick mid-range shot, that's okay.
It's Taylor at the top. Looks like it's a man-to-man. Dawkins guarding Williams. Cumberland off the ball, guarded by Allen. Here is the American Conference's 5-time Player of the Week and leading scorer Cumberland off to Jennifer for a missed 3. Rebound Allen. Dawkins shot fake. Back from fall. He was thinking about it. 1 minute to go. 3-point game. Taylor, no. Out of bounds, UCF ball. And the officials will take a look. We'll get a monitor review with 54.6 to go. Under 2 minutes to go. Officials have that luxury of reviewing an out-of-bounds play, and they'll do it here.
Looks to me like it's Cincinnati ball.
Colin Smith with a smack right there.
You know, really impressed with what I've seen. Referees letting the guys play. Extreme ball pressure both ways.
All right, Cincinnati ball, 54.6 to go. UCF right here. Pressure. Do you foul a certain player? How do you play this?
No, you play it out, but once again, I like them in 2-3 best. It's a very pressure-oriented defense. And the last time, Cincinnati didn't get a good shot. Plenty of time before you look to foul.
Johnny Dawkins has taken B.J. Taylor out of the game with Griffin a better defender. Allen on Cumberland. What a job he's done. Cumberland isolated. Chair and Cumberland. Justin Jennifer. UCF does not have B.J. Taylor in the game, and Terrell Allen uses the night's final timeout. Justin Jennifer.
And create, because that one-on-one containment defense by the Bearcats has been stifling.
You need a 3 here?
I think you need something quick.
Taylor back in the game. Dawkins for 3. Yes! 13.9 to go.
One possession game.
Cumberland gets it to Jennifer, and Jennifer is fouled. 76% free throw shooter. So a good guy to get the ball to. Still only a 1-and-1 situation, though, for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and after making that huge 3, Jennifer has to feel good about himself. Beautiful delivery by Aubrey Dawkins.
No timeouts for UCF. Cincinnati has the 1. Jennifer to the line for the first time tonight. 1-1.
Kevin, how do you like your senior point guard on the line as a leader with one of the biggest games of the year on the line?
This is what Cincinnati does at home. 47-2 the last 49. Jennifer hits both. Nobody does it better over the last 3 years in Division I.
Dawkins has the hot hand. See if they can get him another long-range three.
Got to go quickly. 2-possession game. Taylor to the rim. Bumps into Scott. No call. 3-point game. Cumberland to inbound. Cumberland.
Foul.
Got it to Williams. There's the foul. Keith Williams, 67%. Still a 1-1. So if Williams misses this, UCF will have a shot. If Williams misses his free throw, Cincinnati up 3, would you foul?
I would, absolutely. You've got to have confidence that your big men can rebound the ball.
That point is now moved. 2-possession game.
Ball game.
The sophomore from Brooklyn, Keith Williams, who's made a quantum leap this year, all but ices it at the line. Allen. That is it. 60-55. 15 home wins in a row for Cincinnati. Hard-fought American Conference game, and Mick Cronin's team wins number 22 for the 9th straight year. What a night, 5th third for Tim McCormick, our entire crew. Kevin Brown saying so long from Cincinnati. UConn SMU coming up, but first, let's send you back to the studio. Guys?
Want to welcome everybody who is watching Cincinnati and UCF. Chris Cotter alongside Sean Farnham and Dallin Cuff. Again, we say this every year, but I think we're saying it more this year than ever in the past. We got to find 68 teams. And we're looking at all these conferences and saying, UCF, are they in? Are they out? Would have been a great win on the road to get it. You would have said they're in. Had they been able to beat Cincinnati, they're not. But I don't think you can say they're out because they lose this game right now. Because who are you going to put in?
Yeah, I'm turning over rocks. Ohio Valley, you know, looking a bit of that, looking at a bit of SoCon.
Mountain West, maybe.
SoCon needs more love. SoCon should get 2 bids, I think, but if Wofford's the second team.
You want to check in with Joe?
Let's get to Joe
Let's
right now.
check in with Joe.
Wait, Joe from the cafe or Joe from the cafe or
Joe, we've decided we're not even going to use the Lenardi. We don't even need that anymore. It's just Joe from here on out, as we said during that fill. So I'm going to ask you, UCF, the win would have been great, but the loss isn't bad at Cincinnati. What does it do to their resume?
No, it's not bad. It's an opportunity loss more than anything else. And they've got an unusual profile because they don't have